Welcome to Becoming a Freelance Writer, a free course from Cambodia Creatives. This course is provided for free for anybody who wants to become a freelance writer in their spare time. It is not a get-rich-quick course, and we provide no warranties at all that by following the advice in this course, you will become a successful freelance writer. However, we hope that it will help you become a better freelance writer in the future. In this first section, we'll give you the plain truth, what you really need to get started as a freelance writer, and some realistic expectations for your career as a freelance writer. What do you really need to be a professional freelance writer? The answer is not a lot. The minimum requirements are that you have access to a computer of some form, an internet connection, and a word processing package. It's nice to have Microsoft Office because a lot of clients expect output in Microsoft Office format, but it's not an essential to get started. You can use OpenOffice or Star Office just as easily. What can you expect from a freelance writing career? Well, the truth is that most new freelancers don't earn very much, $1,000 a month for the first few months. It's hard to become a freelancer. Hundreds of thousands try, and only a very few succeed. You do need a thick skin to deal with all the rejection. But good levels of earning are possible within 6 months to a year if you're disciplined enough to put in the hard yards. That means 50 to 60,000 US, not millions. It really isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. And it's definitely not a career for everyone. What you don't need to succeed is masses of previous experience. You don't need to have been published for money at any point in the past. And really, you don't need to be disorganized or uninterested. Freelancing only really works if you've got a passion for what you're freelancing in. This course covers material for both beginners and experienced writers, but we're starting from scratch here, so this is where the course starts for those who have no experience in freelance writing at all. Before you can start making a living as a freelance writer, you need to be able to type at a reasonable speed. It sounds really obvious, but many people who get into freelance writing can't type. It's very easy to get up to speed. Buy a copy of Mavis Beacon's typing tutor on Amazon. Practice daily for an hour, and by the end of a month, you'll be typing at 35 to 40 words per minute. It's not very fast, but it is enough to earn a living. Next, you need to find out if you can actually write. It might sound stupid, but it's really, really not. If you can't spell or use grammar properly, you can't write. Word will do most of the hard work for you on the spell checking, and even some of the grammar. But you should invest in a decent grammar tutorial if you can't punctuate or tell the difference between your and your. And if you want to know how your writing stacks up, you need to publish some. There are dozens of free forums online where you can get feedback on your writing immediately. Sometimes it'll be harsh, but you can learn from it. Then you really need to work out if you actually enjoy writing. It's real work. When you write for yourself, it can be a lot of fun. When you're writing for other people, it's work. So determine whether or not you actually enjoy the process of writing before you go any further. The most important part of being a freelancer is having a portfolio for your clients. What we're going to look at next is how to build a portfolio if you're an unpublished writer. Most writers aren't published, and it means you won't have a ready portfolio of work to give to a prospective client. Sadly, from a client perspective, if you don't have a portfolio, they're not going to give you any work. That doesn't mean it's impossible to become a freelance writer. It means that you're going to have to start putting your writing skills to the test to create a portfolio, and then you can start selling your work. Before you start writing, you'll want to select a niche. A niche is simply an area in which you're going to specialize. There are big advantages to being a specialist rather than a generalist writer. So as I've said, a niche is an area that you're going to specialize in. It can be writing about a previous career, a hobby, a country, politics. In fact, it can be about anything at all. It's very important to choose a niche. You'll get paid more for being a specialist than you will as a generalist. Choosing a niche can be easy for some people, and for others it can be very difficult. The important thing is to choose a broad niche. That's exactly the opposite of what internet marketers do. The broader the niche, the more you can write, the more chance of overlap with other fields, and the more writing jobs you can win. A good niche offers scope to write thousands of pieces, and a bad one offers scope to only write a few. When you choose your niche, make sure it's something that you'll enjoy writing about. A niche is only profitable when you get involved, you live and breathe it. Your writing is exciting then and people want to read it. If you're bored with your niche, your readers are going to be bored with what you write. Okay, for this piece of the course, there's some very simple homework. I'd like you to choose a niche. If you'd like some feedback on that niche, you can leave a note on the blog post that you saw this video in. I can't promise instant feedback. I do promise I'll let you know within about a week of your message. Thank you for taking part today. In our next lesson, we're going to look at how to make your portfolio start to come alive so that you can start looking for potential buyers. See you soon.